What's going on, people? Welcome to the next episode, the latest episode of the Trinity podcast. Yes, it's back for another episode, man. You guys have been loving the Trinity podcast. We've been loving doing it. It is just all gloves are off, unfiltered, raw opinion, cussing each other, telling each other about each other, etc., etc. And you guys have been getting involved in the comments. So welcome to the show. Smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. That's a sock, not a glove.
In wrestling, it was a sock. It was
Mankind. You just, yeah. All right, cool. Just before KG did that, I was going to let you know, though, as you can see, this video is brought to you by HelloFresh. This video is brought to you by HelloFresh. And if you don't know what HelloFresh is, it is the quick and easy and healthy way to get your meals delivered to your doorstep. Thanks to HelloFresh, they are offering you 60% off your first order and 20% for the next 2 months off your rest of your orders, plus free gifts. So all I need to do now is open up my box and get the recipe. All you guys who think I can't cook, Chef Fleck, come on. So once you've ordered your HelloFresh package, it comes just like this. You get your cards, right? Your recipe cards. Quick butter chicken masala, Indonesian style ginger chicken stew, and Korean style goujang beef fried rice. You get your recipes all packed away, all nice and easy. I love a butter chicken. Chef Fleck, come on. All you need to do is scan the QR code on screen or the link in the video description and use the code United60HF. It's that simple. And another thing about HelloFresh of why it's so good. Listen, if you're saving for that holiday, budget in, meals can be expensive, but for £3.25 per serving, well, they all laughed at me. You can cook everything within 25 minutes, or you can go super quick and do 15 minutes. So there's no excuse to not have fresh, healthy food prepared by you. I'm not gonna lie, before I can even get to this part, I've started eating it already. This was my recipe card, very easy to follow. This is my butter chicken, that easy. Link in the video description below and the QR code is on screen.
Flex. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm fancying coming to yours to taste that.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Like it's all right. You actually look like you did it. You knew he was doing it. You look confident, bro.
Yeah, he looked really, really confident. I mean, I know there's an open invitation for me to go to KG's house. Are we going to be eating HelloFresh? Because I'm up for that. I'm up for that. Even I, as fussy as I am, would eat what Flex cooked there. I actually would. No joke. I genuinely would as well.
And you know what? I was surprised. Flex, I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised. Even the onion cutting ability as well. Like, yeah, you was decent, you know.
I mean, obviously, the other week my finger was hurt from a from a thing, but that was before that. That was before that. I learned my lessons. Listen, yeah, and look, Owen, like you said, you know, with the spice or different kind of things, that's the good thing about HelloFresh. It has absolutely a plethora of different ingredients, different cards that you can get. So as it said there, guys, 60% off your first box. That's taking the mick. And then 20% off for the next 2 months as well. So yes, the QR code. God. The QR code is on screen. Just scan that and use the code United60HF. It is that simple, man. So get involved. HelloFresh, good ingredients, fresh, delivered straight to your doorstep. No excuses. We got a lot to talk about in this show, in this Trinity podcast. Can I start? Yes.
Go ahead.
I want to start with something. Yeah, I want to talk to KG.
Oh,
yeah. I want to talk to you.
Awesome.
I want to talk to you. I was in sort of just thinking, I always, you know, for the Trinity, we think what's happened in the week.
Yeah.
What's on the agenda. And I thought, you know what? You did some good things this week.
Had a decent week.
You did some, I thought you made some very, very good points regarding when you explained the situation around the manager and how that narrative can change, and you sort of chronologically went through the order of which the fan base basically get meltdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
And in the comments, I was going through the comments after the Flex and KG show, and similarly to, you know, the full-time view as well. No, sorry, the full view. Yeah. A lot of people were saying, facts, KG. Preach, KG. You know, you got clipped up. It went viral.
He went viral this week.
Went viral on X.
No, that's funny as well.
We'll send it to you.
Thank you.
That was the clip when you was explaining to me why Ineos should keep him.
Yeah.
And then sorry,
No, he went viral on the Full View. On the Full View, there was you talking about the manager on the Full View, and it got picked up by an account on social media, and everyone was going facts. KG always speaks sense. KG is one of the most sensible pundits. Yeah. They were very much. I thought to myself, now
go home and smoke some more crack.
But it's fine. It's fine. I thought this. But it got picked up. Carry on, Flex.
So starting with that, I wanted to begin the show.
Yeah.
I want to give you your flowers.
You know what? Yeah. This is taking me by surprise. As a nominated actor, yeah, I'm actually quite moved by this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually because it's kind of backhand. There's almost a backhanded piece in there because you're not known for doing this.
No. But it takes, but I am fair. If I see something where I look back and I go, he made his point really clear, really concise. And
he made some. He made some,
yeah. And if and not everybody agrees with it, but a big consensus was actually, the way that guy made his point, take away that his name is KG Dakami, take away if it was just a guy that I didn't know, so strip everything away. Yeah, it's hard to do that.
It feels like getting more and more backhanded. Yeah, as time's going on.
So imagine
when you have to start.
I don't know if these are flowers. I don't know.
No. Let me finish. No, it's flowers. It's flowers.
Once he starts going, forget he's KG the comedian. I'm going, where is this going?
Let me land. You're going to find out where it's going very soon. You know what I mean?
A lot of time.
Forget all mad stuff that he said before. Yeah. Forget everything. Yeah. Forget when we was in UV saying here's our budget. You got the calculator. Yeah, I don't care if we've gone over, but you broke it. KG, is this guy Anthony? Is he fast? Yeah, he can do.
That's a bad one.
Take out that he said, I'm done with Onana. Get rid of these
flowers.
Finished.
When are these flowers gonna arrive?
No,
by the way?
They're gonna arrive. I'm just saying. I'm painting
forget
the picture.
The scout.
Forget the scout report with the wicked hat.
That's not me.
It's not him. It's not him. Forget
glasses.
the thumbnails that I've said about the same manager. Listen, he's sacking himself, by the way.
Losing faith.
So when I stripped all of that back, I went, he made some good points.
It's a lot to strip back, by the way. How much are you stripping back?
So KG, my closing statement of this whole thing. My closing statement. Wait. No, wait. Not wait.
F these flowers. This is a violation, fam. Do you know how long I waited for you to say you're doing all right? You just call me most improved player.
No,
I just want
to finish, bro. This is the best bit.
Beck's giving him a dead rose. Well done, mate.
You know the sunflower. The sunflowers.
Like that.
You know the sunflowers just. And you got to put it connected to the string to make it try and get the light again. Move, man. I don't want these.
So KG. At the end, my closing statement of this opening part of the show is I didn't agree with everything, but you know what? Fair play, bro. You made some good points.
Thank you. No.
You do deserve the flowers for that.
After you stripped everything back, thank you so much, bro. After you gutted the house, and you know when you just leave the floorboards and you're like, I'll be all right.
Oh, he took all the furniture out of the house and he went, "It's a nice house, this.
It's good space. You do a lot with this."
You're gonna do a lot with this.
What's the Dion Dublin thing? The home's under the hammer.
Yeah.
Was it stairs all the way to the bedroom, stairs all the way to the bathroom, whatever it is?
That's absolutely. You know what though? It's been interesting. This has been a wicked week in terms of content. Man United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coming out and speaking. Called Owen yesterday. Owen kind of helped me, guided me home. I done a comedy show last night, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna use Owen. So I called Owen and we spoke about everything.
I'm gonna use him.
He did say that at the end of it. He went, "You got me home tonight," and I just didn't respond to that. He went, "You got me home," and I went, "Yeah." I just carried on talking. Sometimes I just talk. KG listens. I could hear it. Well, actually, usually the conversation between me and KG on the phone tends to end. It's a good indication when you start to get beeping. You start to get beeping because you can hear that he's reversing somewhere.
He's arrived.
So you start going, yeah, I know it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I know it's mental. Yeah, there's lots going on. Then you suddenly hear, beep, 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 and he goes, right, gotta go. And then he just hangs up.
Well, anyway, we had a proper, and you know what? I really like when because we can have a proper bitch. This is all you do. We just bitch about everything, bro. But then like unmitigated, just everything, anything that
For
annoys
no
us
reason,
at Man United, anything at all, it's in there.
Well, hold on a minute. This is the Trinity podcast. Let's spill a bit. Like what?
Oh, I tell you what. I can tell you
we
what.
got some.
I got
Wait,
something.
can you? Yeah, you got something?
Well, you can go first.
Wait,
No,
before you do that,
something I think you're gonna say something that I agree with that you're working on.
Before you do that, right?
Okay.
Before you do that, just remember, guys, I forgot to say just a second ago. This is available in podcast format, and if you are listening on podcast format, big up to you. Whether it's on Apple Podcasts, whether it's on Spotify or Google, etc., on all the podcast downloads that are available. The links are in the video description below for that, and you can get it on all your big streaming platforms for your podcast as well. But before you say it, make sure it's allowed as well.
No, it's allowed. All right, so I've been having a bitch and a moan about what you call it. How when obviously new revisionism. Jadon Sancho, for instance.
Yeah.
Jadon was the topic. This club, look how far we'll be with Jadon. He's gonna help us.
Wait. Who says it like that? Wait, who says it like that?
Everyone. That's how all the fans that just get on my nerves. Yeah.
What noise did they make? What noise did they make?
Jadon, he came on against Arsenal.
You sound like you're commentating a horse race. Come around about Jadon Sancho. He's got 4 furlongs left. Jadon Sancho.
And then after, obviously, the Jadon Sancho watch-along merchants as well, bro. And then they stopped watching. The watch-along stopped. Why are they not doing watch-alongs for? Why are they not?
There was watch. Wait, no, wait.
Flex.
There was watch.
Flex does this, yeah. Flex, like,
I don't
me and
see
KG
it.
will notice these things. And he goes, I haven't seen that. I don't know anything about that. And I'm like,
they're
real. They're real. They're like,
remember
when he got an assist? He got an assist on his debut, and they're going, see, Eric in the mud. And you go, wait a minute, Dortmund are playing bottom of the league. Of course he should get an assist. It's crazy.
Dortmund watch-alongs, fam. Dortmund watch-alongs, Sancho's return, all that other stuff. And it just stopped. It just stops. Why?
Last one. Streamed a month ago.
Oh my God. So my thing is, because again, the agenda's not working. It's not fitting. So we can't, because all the stuff is going to help us to right hand side. Yeah. And then after, it's fucking false. It is false. And we do it. And guess what? The new player, the new guy that's the savior to the right-hand side, we know his name. It's Ahmad. Where everyone is upset because Ahmad must play. Yeah? And I'm like, all right, cool. Guess what? The guy before that, Facundo. The guy before that, Elanga. Remember when Rashford was meant to learn from Elanga because he was so good? He came in the scene. Remember, because he started doing well. His first couple, this is the reason why he started Elanga. I don't understand. So there's always a new one. Today, do you know what I heard today on my show?
Go on.
Shea Lacey.
Oh, then there is Harry Amas, the 16. Put him in left back. Put him in. Play him.
We need to understand, and don't get me wrong, I get it. Klopp's youngsters, Fergie's we understand Fergie's fledglings, all these other things have been said. I'll say Fergie's first before Klopp's babies and whatever. But then, let's just be responsible. I understand Cobby's done really well, and he's a youngster. But then when there's things called outliers, people that are really. It's not everyone's like this. It's not everyone. It has to be really special. So my thing is, I just think we're a funny bunch, and I never forget how the community were dragging the manager about Sancho, only to realize Oli comes on and does the overlap and starts speaking about Sancho in a way that we're like, remember we used to cuss Oli about this. Why'd you get this player if you're never going to play him? What's the point? And he said, right, he came with ear infection. Then after, he just couldn't get going.
Oli really skirted over the Sancho thing. I wanted them to put a bit more pressure on that Sancho because Oli went, he came, we just couldn't get the best out of him.
Is that your social?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's not bad.
It's not one of your best.
It's not one of your best, though. It's not one of your best.
I can't do Oli. I can't
If I strip everything away that you did there, like strip away being you that said it, strip away. You know, you own it.
Marcus, Anto. No, because we used to laugh when we had it. We used to say the Anto, Marcus.
And it calls him Martial. What is it called, Martial? What's he actually called?
No, it calls him Anto. Anto.
No, but in the recording, he said Martial.
Someone else. There was someone else who used to. I can't remember. He used to abbreviate loads of people's names.
Scotty. Did you say Scotty?
Oh, who was it? Because he obviously did Rashi.
Was the one.
There was Anto.
Diogo.
I can't remember who it was. But there was a couple. There's a couple that he did that with. And
he just got over
though.
That, innit? Though he just didn't really say anything. We just didn't get the best out of him.
He's right with the revisionism because I don't want to spill the beans too much because it's going to be coming up in a few months' time. But I've been working on a big project for United View that's going to be coming out later on, and again, a few months' time. And I've been looking at some things. And you know me, I like to reflect. I like to look back, and I like to.
You like to get receipts? Is like what you'd like to do.
Well, I like to go back and go. I think someone said something in the past, and then I go, "Oh, they did," and that's very different to what they're saying now. And that's not to say opinions can't. That's not to say opinions. That's not to say opinions can't change because opinions do change.
They do.
But I like to see the story. I like to see people's chronology, and it's very interesting. And let's just say I've seen some stuff.
Wait, can you give us a sneak, just a sneak?
Oh, I can give you a couple of sneak peeks. I told one to KG yesterday, and he nearly crashed his car. Honestly, I thought he's gone into a road traffic accident.
It's not mine.
Honestly,
it's not my one.
It's not my one. First of all, there's two. I tell you two. First one, KG. KG can see the future because KG was in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
He is standing in Allegiant Stadium, I think it is.
Yeah, it was Allegiant.
And so after we've lost against Dortmund, and he goes to you, Flex. He goes, "We're not ready.
Not ready." Yeah.
He goes, "We're not ready." And he goes, and the way he compared it is, he went, "I just don't think we're ready because the show's tomorrow." He said, referring to like the big show, and he was right. He was right by that. And I remember at the time, the comments came after on Kevin Gary because they were like, "It's only pre-season. What are you talking about? You're being so reactionary. You're just like Ten Hag. You're a bold fraud." It was really mean stuff.
He's added that. It was really KG. He's added that.
I took a smidge of artistic license. Bro,
let me tell you something. The same way how according to Owen, I cough like this on the stream.
You do.
It's the same way someone said you're a bald fraud like Ten Hag, bro.
I'm sure we can find it.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sure we can find it.
I'm surprised by him adding that, but it's, you know what? I'm actually
disgrace cheat.
Well, exactly. So anyway, there's that part, and it's interesting stuff like that, which you go, "Oh, I'll tell you what, wasn't far off the mark with that." But first game of the season, okay, we play Wolves at home, and we scrape a win, 1-0. Rafael Varane cuts to you. You go, "We got very lucky today. I don't know how we won it, but we got very lucky." Cuts to Mr. Marcel. Marcel 10 bucks. He's standing outside there. He points towards Old Trafford. Points at that stadium. Mid-sentence. You don't probe him for it. No, you don't ask it. Mid-sentence, he goes, "We will not lose a football match at the stadium this season." That's what he says. "We will not lose a football match at Old Trafford this season." And you go like this. You go, "It's a big call." It's a big call. And it was a big call because we did quite a few times.
I thought Flex said we won't move.
I never said that. You crazy?
No, it's Marcel.
That's why I was complete. I said, why would Flex?
I would never.
Flex would never.
Flex went into the thing and said,
Marcel.
Marcel, obviously, there's crack in his system in it because he says all sorts in it. But then only Marcel could point at Old Trafford and say.
But what's wild about that is in that same one as well, because again, this is part of the project, but in that one, he also says, he goes, "The midfield today was a total mess." He's going, "There's too much space between the 6 and the 8s. There's too much space." And I looked at it, I went, that was in August. That was first game of the season. We're saying the same thing today.
When we actually had our team.
Yeah, we're in March. And that's when you go like, "Oh my God, it's been all season. It's been all season."
I don't know. Some of the comments saying, "Oh, about the Ten Hag should have fixed it by then." KG. Ooh.
Yeah, no, definitely. We trust me. Even in
this is their point. This is the Outers point. This is their point.
in the bitch and the moan, yeah, please believe we're still saying like we bring up the manager. Like there's we spoke about this is the thing we got into yesterday. You said the one thing I never understand, I would never get it. Like, and not just go back and stuff on previous material, but Mason Mount, Bruno Casemiro. That was the plan. And the reason why I know that's the plan, the reason why I know it's a plan is he said, well, they asked him about it, and he goes, Ericsson didn't know how to play the position when we brought him in. We taught him how to do it, and he did it well. And I was like, so the plan was, this was your midfield. I don't care what anyone says. That is light. That is not a midfield for a Premier. That's not a, you can't, that's not a midfield.
No.
It's not. Even other pundits are like, that looks lightweight. That looks like, that doesn't fill you with, we're talking like Mason Mount, some super destroyer, like he's Kante or someone. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, what was Ten Hag thinking when he's trying to build this team to play in his image? Because, or did he have a new plan for Mount? Was Bruno going to be phased out? What was the plan? That's the part that I struggle
with Mason Mount. There was so much space to cover in that midfield that he did it a couple of times. 2 games in, he pulled his hamstring, came back, tried to do it again, pulled his calf. We haven't seen him since. No. So he's having to cover that much. It's crazy.
Mason Mount's actually been like a proper long-term injury. Like, it's crazy how long he's been injured for.
Leach will be back before Mason Mount. Leach has had 2 operations.
Yes, mental.
Do you know how bad it is?
Crazy.
Leach is going to be back before, and he's had 2 operations. If Malacia gets back before,
no, that's taking the piss. That's taking the piss. Now Malacia won't play this season.
Do you think with Malacia it's a case of like Jumanji? He's been locked in like a a board game or something like that, and he's going to come. He's suddenly going to appear, or he comes out of like a wardrobe at Carrington, and he like a locker, and he goes, oh, "I've been in there the whole time.
I rolled the dice when he come out the board.
I've been in there for 9 months. Someone locked me in there. No one checked. It's
with that Malacia smile as well. With the Malacia big smile,
big grin teeth.
He's in one of the old, because he's a short guy as well. He's in one of the old ice baths. The one that Ronaldo said, God, get rid of those. But I couldn't get out. I've been in here for a year. I was stuck. He's been
abducted by the chef, fam. The last chef that Ronaldo was cussing, fam. Chef's revenge.
KG, I want to bring up something else, because today there was a piece in the Athletic about Onana. And we did it on the morning show. And Onans. And you know what? It said some interesting stuff that we haven't really heard. That big up Andy Mitten and Carl Anker. They were basically saying that, like, sources say that Onana like went to his own people and was like, I don't know what's happening to me. Like in these early stages, I'm like, I don't like, what is this? Like, I'm struggling here. I'm struggling.
Yeah, and even the people close to him were watching games going, That's not Andre. He doesn't do that. Why is he's not diving the right way? We don't know what's going on here. Even one of the youth players, you hear what one of the youth players said to him, KG?
What?
So he's in training. I don't have the exact quote. Maybe Flex can find it, but he's in training and essentially goes, "Are you going to save one then?" Youth player. Like, so apparently, like maybe had a couple of appearances for first team.
Such a long piece. I can't find it. I'm on the art.
It's on our United View socials.
Are you going to save one? No way. A youth player.
Guy was in the Champions League final last season. Like one of the man of the match in that final, yeah. Goes to United 2 months later, got youth players going, you gonna save a shot then? Or like what are we gonna do? What would your reaction be to that, KG, if that was you?
What's he say? We're in this together. You know, the hand on the shoulder. Flex, what's the line again? Don't.
It's part of life.
It's part of life.
It's part of life. No, I knew the part of life. You see when the African person says it's part of life, they are taking no accountability in this moment. They are just.
Why did you do this? These
You're taking the piss. No, do you know what? I'm so glad, that it's because I felt like such a snake in this Onana downturn. Yeah,
you've been a snake. You've been a snake.
I wasn't, because he had to go and seek the elders.
KG.
You said you were done with him. Done with him means you finished.
But I'm saying that he had to go seek the elders. He knew that he was in the wrong. He said, if a youth player says, "Are you gonna save one then?" Yeah. It's bad, bro. Even some of the saves, bro, come on. When we saw Onana before, I said, I can't believe, I feel like I've been done. it feels like, you know, you got that car with sawdust in the engine, so it sounds like it's all right, and then after it's just not like
It's like
it's
you,
not.
smart car, wasn't it? It's like that.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's triggering.
KG, one of the things it said this in the Athletic. It said Andre Onana's teammates doubted him no matter what they said publicly. At that point, in one training session, a young player who had barely played a first team game said, "Are you going to save one or what?" After he felt Man United's new goalkeeper wasn't stopping enough shots.
Yeah, and also
I'm gonna say it was Kobe.
No, it weren't Kobe. It weren't Kobe.
And also, this is an interesting thing the Athletic said. They said Andre Onana's 8 successful high claims in Sunday's Manchester derby was more than any goalkeeper has managed in a single game in the Premier League this season. 8. For comparison, KG, David De Gea made 14 across his last campaign at Man United. So in one game, Andre Onana's claimed more crosses than anyone else has this season in one game, and he was only 6 behind what David De Gea did in the entirety of last season. In fact, it wasn't a one-off. Onana has faced more crosses than any other goalkeeper in the league and is one of the best performers in this area of the game.
So, KG, basically, what I want to ask you is, has he turned the corner, and are you sorry to him?
Okay. So I will say he has turned the corner. No, I've got to do this properly.
You do.
He has turned the corner. Am I sorry for how I felt at the time? Absolutely not. Why? Because it's substantiated. He was rubbish.
We're not at the time overall.
No, because it has to be.
You said you're done with him. That means you want him sold. You want him out.
Oh no, that's what I was too soon on that. I apologize to say I'm done with him. Sorry, Onana.
You're no longer done with him. You're no longer done with him.
No, I'm not done with him. I wouldn't have gone. I thought it was worse than. I got to the point where I was like, "You're worse than Anthony," and that's not true.
And will you? And importantly, have you learned anything from this? Would you do the same in the future? Would you go, well, actually, in the past, I wrote off Onana, then I had to backtrack on that a little bit. Are you going to change your behavior in the future when it comes to things like this?
Absolutely. I'm very comfortable apologizing. I am. I know
so you're not going to change your behavior. So you can see, you're not going to change your behavior.
No, I will apologize. No, because I'm going to be here again. I'm going to do this.
Definitely. That's what I mean. That was my question. My question is, will an incident like this, where you go, I said I'm done with him, and then you've now going, I'm not done with him anymore. I apologize for that. Are you now in the future, if something like that happens again to another player, would it prevent you from going, I'm done with him? Because you go, well, maybe I should give this person.
I want to say yes, but as a flawed human, I have to say I'm not sure because old habits die hard. I want to, but I'm so what do you call it? I'm really reactionary. I do know that about myself. Sometimes I'll just be in the car and I'm like, I fucking hate that.
But this is what I don't get though, because you are, but you aren't, because you have been with Onana, but you're the same person with Erik ten Hag going, he's got to be given time. He's got to be given time.
Learned, and that's it, because I've learned that the one thing I have learned, and it's taken a long time. Think how many managers it took. It took Jose. It took Ralph didn't really whatever. Ollie. It's Ollie, it's Ollie and Jose. And I was player FC. When Pogba and that thing happened, I was like, just get rid of Jose.
Yeah, I was like that. I think a lot of us were though.
I was, because I loved Pogba. I didn't even realize I was true. When you talk about player FC, I was definitely a part of that. Yeah, so then now I'm just starting to realize the error of my ways in management, because we've had so many. Now we haven't had like a bag of keepers. We've been quite solid over the years. We've been quite blessed and lucky. Van der Sar, Schmeichels, Barthez was like, so we haven't had to change, and De Gea. So we've been really
Barthez.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's like he was there. But then I feel the keepers that we have had have been there for years and held it down. De Gea, you would say so. This is a new feeling for me to get used
to what a new keeper is and how you stick
what
by
a new
him
keeper is all about. And even when we went to the first preseason, remember when we went to the first preseason game, goes, it's real that it's weird that De Gea's not there.
Yeah.
I said, okay. It's really weird not seeing him. He's like, the guy was like a llama, and he looks like a llama, and he's just there in there, and you're like,
he looks like a
llama.
Like a llama face.
Is this one of those stripped back compliments again?
Didn't you ever get that? He just got like a llama look. Nah? Emperor's New Groove. You don't see it?
I have seen that. I have seen that.
Anyway, that's it. So I will apologize. But then my thing is, yep, look at the pictures. We all probably look like an animal. We don't realize which one.
What do you say we look like then? If you were to go through, what does Flex?
I'm gonna say, I don't know on the race relation thing, but I was gonna say you kind of look like a flamingo, Owen. I don't know if it's the strong red or hues at the moment.
Flamingo. I feel like that might be kind of sort of a racial line. I think it might be. You've just gone with sort of a pinkish hue. He must be what kind of pink animal do I know? But it's got to be a flamingo. And he has what, shepherd's pie.
He's like, Pink Panther's not real, so I can't say that. No. Salmon's only really pink, like in the inside when you think. So I'm gonna go with a flamingo.
I'm gonna go with flamingo.
But then he asked me straight off the bat, and that's the first thing that came to
my mind.
Flex?
What about Flex? What does Flex look like?
Don't say any form of monkey because I'm going to say
an aging gerbil.
An aging? He didn't have to throw an aging. It's like me calling him a bold fraud. He put it in the descriptive.
See how my mind works. So now, when you think about
no, we have to do yours. I think you look like the turtles when they peek their head out the shell.
Oh, there you go. Feels less racist now. Come on, man. We gotta talk about that guy.
Agent. He could have just said gerbil. He could have, but he went.
Because gerbils are always really young. Because gerbils don't last long as well. When you put them in the little ball that runs around the house, they're usually gone after that. I had a gerbil called Goldie. My gerbil was called Goldie.
That's got a couple of years left.
Wait, did he just run around the house and died?
No, but after I started letting him do that for a bit, he just didn't last too much longer after that. They don't have their lifespan's not long.
They're not, man.
They're not, innit?
They're not.
Just came back, he was gone. Mum said, sorry.
Have you seen the news at the time of recording this? Rasmus Højlund, officially player of the month for February in the Premier League.
Let's go!
Yes. Now, the question is, do you think he's going to be back for the game on Saturday? How desperate are we?
I'm so glad that we've arrived at this point. We need him for how we want to play. Again, you talk about Ten Hag style that doesn't exist. You need a vocal point.
It doesn't exist.
At what point? At what point?
A focal point. Is it vocal? Does that say vocal?
He said vocal.
He did. He said we need a vocal point.
A vocal point.
You lot know.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball. He's very vocal.
Give me the ball. We need a vocal. We need a vocal point. Yeah, up front. That's pushing and.
Please. Give me the ball. Score a goal. Over here.
Nah, KG.
I know Garnacho would not pass him even if he had that voice. No, seriously, we do need this guy. He's key to how Man United want to play. We tried, even in that game in the last one, Man City, we just couldn't get the ball out and really start attacks, really. So he has to play. It's the thing is rushing him back, because someone said to me, like, what's more important, this Everton game or the Liverpool one? Like, where would you rather see him? And I'm like, mate, I need him in both. But you don't want him to break down.
Yeah,
but because we can't trust the hardest part is we cannot trust Rashford as the number 9. Unfortunately, we can't trust him. He back to goal, bringing players in. It's just not his game.
Can we at home versus Everton, though? Is that one we can kind of just about get away with it, do you think? Because
we better be. Everton, no excuses, no mitigation
circumstances. Their form, Everton, is horrible. They haven't won in 10 games in the league. It's really bad. 5 losses, 5 draws. But we did kind of say the same thing about Fulham, didn't we? Said they hadn't won a game away from home since before they came to Everton, before they came to Old Trafford. So, I mean, Flex, this is an interesting one. And I don't like to do these kind of things if we lose or anything like that, but where would you sit if a negative result happens tomorrow? Where will you sit? Everyone's got a line.
And by the way, I saw you on TalkSport too. I watched the whole thing.
Good. I'm glad you did, because I was consistent with what I've been saying. I was very consistent. Because TalkSport asked him a real good question, and he said, "Are you comfortable with him? What do you call it, leaving?" And he said, "Yes, I am comfortable." That means you want. Yeah, I said, if Ineos
doesn't mean that.
Exactly.
Exactly. The man pushed him, and he said,
TalkSport always try and get you. They say, so no, Flex. I need. So do you want him to leave? That's what Sam Ellard will do because it's TalkSport. So no. So I'm just like, so what I'm asking is, at the end of the season, are you happy if he's not there? They
and he says
Simon Stone.
Yeah, that's basically what he was like.
And he said yes. Though.
And I said, like I said on our shows, if Ineos get rid of Erik ten Hag, I won't be like they've made a big mistake. That's what I've said. I've said that many times before. And I have also said, because I've literally said I am on the fence in the boring. I said, like I said to KG on the Flex and KG show, there is a big part of me that does want to see him survive in a new look Man United.
After Everton.
After Everton, if we lose against Everton, pack up and go home.
You must have the gap.
You know why? If we're losing against Everton, let's be real, we're not going to be beating Liverpool at home. That means it's all just... You've just literally said to Ineos, change me.
What are you saying, McLaren interim? McLaren interim?
No. And I also went on to say that nothing will change, like,
end
regardless until... Yeah.
End of season.
I just think it will just make it
that.
Owen, what do you... Owen, where are you at?
Well, if we lost against Everton... I was gonna say this is an interesting one, because as much as we say, oh, nothing will happen to the end of the season, that's not necessarily true, in the sense of, I think he's going to be held to the same standard as other United managers, that if it gets to a point where mathematically we cannot get top four, then I think Ineos might be like, oh, okay, we'll make a decision now. I agree with what Gary Neville and Paul Scholes are saying. I don't think it matters what happens against Everton. I think they've already made the mind up. I think they made the mind up a while ago, to be honest with you. And I think the only thing that can save Erik ten Hag, because I think it's just a case of saving himself, is getting top four. And we ain't getting top four. He talks about getting fifth. Fifth doesn't matter. I don't know if you saw English teams in the Europa League and the Europa Conference League last night. They did terrible. Yeah, they lost. Apart from Liverpool, every English team lost, including one Roberto De Zerbi at Rover, and it was...
They got moved to.
It was bad.
They got moved to.
It was bad.
Brighton against Roma, like, they have got, like, Dybala, like, they weren't, like...
Sunny manager. No.
Flex, this is an interesting thing. Are you saying, Flex, the reason that De Zerbi lost 4-0 at the Olympico last night is because he doesn't have the players to play the way he wants to play?
Don't have the players. May as well keep ten Hag, mate.
Because that's a very interesting thing that I've seen people say. They went, well, of course Brighton would lose 4-0. He doesn't have the players the way that he wants to play. Which I thought, wow, people have said the same thing about Erik ten Hag. I suppose the only difference is that Roberto De Zerbi hasn't really spent sort of 400 million. That's kind of a different, kind of a bit of a...
The players are shit.
Yeah, some of them are his players.
Yeah, but if the players are shit, the players are shit. That's it.
No, but they play the football that they want to play. They've got it to a T. As well.
I know, but
that is a team in his image. Let's not say it's not.
But guess what, guys? Yeah,
Go on.
Even this thing, yeah. You see, when you say, if we play exciting football and we lose, doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's bullshit. That is the biggest. That was the other thing we were saying on the phone last night. That is the biggest falsehood, I think, and one of the biggest things that's going around right now, where they're going, I just want us to see a play good football. I don't care if we lose. Don't even try it. What a load of nonsense. If we went to Luton and lost 4-0, but we passed the ball around nicely, there'd still be people calling for his head. Because guess what? Yeah. It's about results. I've been saying this all season.
It's absolutely
about results. It's about...
But that's the thing. We haven't had either. We ain't had performances.
Exactly. So you're absolutely right to complain. But I'm telling you now, if we were top of the league, but we were playing Sam Allardyce Route 1 football, but we were challenging for the title, nobody would give a shit. This whole style of football thing, it is nonsense. It's about results. That's ultimately what's about. It's about results and sustainability. That's what it's really about.
I was going to say that.
I can push it a bit further. Even like things like Carrington and stuff. Yeah. We care about all that stuff, you know. We need to redevelop those towns. If we were winning week in, week out, we wouldn't give a shit about Carrington. Them jacuzzis, we don't care.
Or the leaking roof. If we were top of the league winning the title, we'd go, that's our leaking roof. Okay. It adds a bit of character. It adds character. You don't like coming to our ground and us leaking on your heads when we're top of the league. Of course we're gonna leak on everyone. When you're on the top, you leak downwards. Yeah, it's a trickle-down effect. No one cares about that at Old Trafford. And guess what? We don't have our screens. We like it. Throwback. We don't have any screens. Good, because we're top of the league. We don't need to brag. We're just about getting people into that stadium because everyone wants to see top of the league. It's a load of rubbish. It is rubbish.
Yeah,
but I will say this though. But the only pushback to that is though the only thing where we have cared is about the Glazers. Win or lose.
Yeah, but if we were, but this is the point.
We were winning where we were winning with the Glazers. It was still green and gold to the club sold. It was still the balance.
No, yeah, agreed.
Like, so it isn't like we just never care about anything.
No, we care about the no, we care about the Glazers. But what we're talking about is Glazers funding. What we care about is the squad. We've always cared about the squad. When Sir Alex used to say there's no value in the market when those good players get into other clubs, right at that time, it's like, and we knew what that was. That was literally a protection line for the Glazers not really spending and us falling behind in terms of in the transfer market. Now that's happening for years. We've always wanted investment and correct investment. And sometimes, at many times, we've just done the wrong things, bought the wrong players. Even the Ronaldo thing, that was one of the best things about the Oli thing, by the way. Just quickly to go back to that.
What do you think of that?
Well, I thought it was very interesting, him regretting Ronaldo. That's all. That's a big part of it. I regret signing Ronaldo.
But he still said it was the right decision at the time.
Yeah, and he said it was his call, and he said he didn't wish he changed it, but he was like, maybe that was the wrong thing for us and wrong thing for him.
That means it's the wrong decision.
But I was waiting for, because remember again, this goes back to revisionism. If you said that at the time, or in Erik ten Hag's first season, you even dared to mention Cristiano Ronaldo's name, oh my God, the people that would come for you or whatever. Now the guy who signed him, and even probably Ronaldo himself would admit, wrong move. But still, that doesn't matter. They don't. Who cares about that? And this is the weird thing with it all is, and we do it all the time. And KG is so right about this. If Erik ten Hag does leave, and I think he will, in 2 years' time, I guarantee you they'll be saying he was a great coach. I really enjoyed those times. These moments were great.
I love when I saw Kobe, there was Kambawala. Remember we got to a final. We got to Kambawals, fam. You got all of these guys. Like literally, remember he obviously gave Tangar. He gave him his we had all these players that came through. I know Joe Hugo got a little moment as well, but then like, bro, it's gonna be mad.
They do it with Van Gaal. They do it with Van Gaal. They'll go, but I tell you what, at least we had a starter player under Van Gaal, and I'll go, don't you dare. Because his second season, I was a season ticket holder that season, and I watched about 10 million 0-0 games. I watched a period of time between like November and December into January. But we didn't win in like 6 or something like that. It was bad. And now people are going, remember, I tell you what, his press conferences were great, and he fell on the floor that time against Arsenal. And you're going, come on. Like, why are we doing this? Rewriting history.
That's the ultimate one. Should never have sold Chris Smalling.
I believe you mean Mike. His name's Mike.
Yeah, Mike Smalling.
Mike Smalling. Never saw Mike Smalling. Because that is, we do it. Like, we did it. Like, I remember that. So you can only imagine how we're going to
everyone. We shouldn't have sold we shouldn't have let Matta go. We shouldn't have sold Dan James. We shouldn't have sold Pereira.
Oh, we've had it this season. Everyone, remember, like, look at the years of cussing out Fred. Look at the years. Mick Fred. That was I've seen it many times this season. I just don't try to draw attention to it. Should never have got rid of Fred. Should never have got rid of Fred. This already, remember, it's already happened now.
I will say this, though. We shouldn't have got rid of Fred for Amrabat, though. I'll say that.
That's fair. Yeah, Fred would have played last year.
I'd rather have Fred this season than Amrabat.
Fred would have played last
but
year.
Then again, it's about moving. The funny thing is about moving the things on, and you can't really stay still. We wanted to get rid of McTominay and Fred. We wanted to bring money in because he wanted to change the midfield. He probably wants to, again, when you hear these managers talk, if he gets Ten Hag one day gets overlap, probably won't because he hasn't got friends like that. Yeah. But if he did have his own overlap, he'd be sitting in there saying, I wanted to bring this player and that player into the midfield.
Yeah, going on there. Man's going on underlap, fam. They don't.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he ever
the comparisons are so true because I saw one, and I know Flex your guy, I didn't see this, but there was someone on Twitter that was like, Dan James has got 16 goals for Leeds this season. Anthony, meanwhile, has got 1 goal, 1 assist. You went, he's playing in the fucking championship. What are we doing?
Yes.
Like, that is like, that's crazy.
Owen, here wonder, Owen.
I know you're going to say you're going to go, would Anthony get that in the championship?
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
Well,
I think Dan James is better than Anthony, though.
That's probably fair. That's probably
True.
fair. That's probably fair.
No, I mean, even the stint at Man United,
but-
like just what they did.
That's probably
I just
fair,
think,
but
I just think
but
that
like
James
those
better.
kind of comparisons, that's crazy. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Going, looking good. He's done really well in the championship this season, so that's why, you know.
That's why Ahmed should be starting for us because he done the Sunderland thing. That's why, though.
Why
Because
do
he does.
you
That's
Man
why.
United and turn to no? Because the club is different, and that's what when we heard Ollie talking about, you know, the dealing with the spotlight, it being the biggest club in the world, and players not wanting to do interviews and this, that, and the other. This club is just different. Because my thing is, why do players literally leave here and flourish again? They literally turn into like semi-decent players. Like Andreas Pereira was terrible.
No, it's
at this
one, because
club.
they find their level, and two, they do get out of Man United, which is just awful. Like, so look, Andreas Pereira, like even Elanga doing all right at Forest. Like, there's two sides of looking at this. One side is that you find the guys you should be with, which is fine. It's not disrespectful, but you're not going to be the guys who are going to help Man United challenge for the league. That's the upper echelon. So you can't compete with the likes of like the Rodris and the De Bruynes and the Declan Rice and the Mo Salahs and the what, like collectively. Like, if we have you're not going to help us close that gap. But then there's like, but you can go to Fulham and be the main man. Like, the level of there is Harry Wilson, it's Bobby Decordova-Reid, and you can be in that. And then on top of that, the burden, which I will say, the burden of Man United of how crap it's run, and like, because even the teams that you'll go to, like Forest or like Fulham and all these teams lower down, they'll still have like a bit of a plan about how they want to play and what they want to do and get players to kind of fit that. Marco Silva's like, yeah, I've got a big man up front. Munez, like, he's good, he's strong. Harry Wilson's handy, he's a good little player, man. Cut in, can play like this. We've got the experience. Willian has still got a bit of quality. Not Arsenal level, no more. But he can tell you what, Bernd Leno, tell you what, not the Arsenal level. He's not doing the Raya thing, but at my club, he's going to be fine. So when you look at Fulham's team, you go, actually, I tell you what, they're all about par. This is where they should be. They're all right. And actually, then they have players like Paulinho who elevate them even more, where you're going, actually, he should probably be higher. So it's like, it's the curse of Man United, which you're 100% right. And then it's the player finding their level. And sometimes when that happens, we go, oh, but look, now they're all of a sudden good. No, let's not do that.
Yeah,
that's
the thing that gets me. Like you
Let's
said,
not
with
do
like the Elanga thing or the Pereira thing, they'll be like,
Yeah.
see, maybe they are good enough, and you go, maybe
Yeah, it
they're
doesn't
not
mean that.
actually. Maybe they're not. Like
The
you said,
problem
there's a
is
big-
who we replaced these guys for. The
Yeah,
problem
and
is we went
it's-
and got Anthony instead of Anthony Elanga. So you go, well, we spent 80 million to replace Anthony Elanga, who we let go for 15, and
Yeah.
I don't see 65 million's difference between the
Absolutely
two.
not.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That you let Fred go finally to Galatasaray, and you say, right, cool, we're moving on from McTominay. Fred, we're breaking up. You're bringing Amrabat on a free. You go, I don't see the other
On
guy
loan.
was better.
You
Well,
don't
on a
expect
loan,
to
but,
fall off
yeah.
the cliff. I think Anthony's fall off the cliff has been insane. Like, it's what he won't even start for Ajax the way he's playing right now. Like, there's not something's gone. It's been robbed, and in a lot of players where that talent, even like as sad as it is, like Jaden was much better than this. What he's now become is like, bloody hell. Like, he's one of the most top young players. England team, like, the guy was just something to be excited about. What in the name has happened? So that's the hard part. That's the part that you can't really, like, the unmitigating circumstances where you don't know what's actually going on with the players. And when he does mention the fan element of players just falling off the cliff, he mentions Harry Maguire, how good Maguire was when he first came, man mountain, this, that, and the other. And he said that trip, that Mykonos thing, and what he went through,
messed him up.
He just robbed it. It messed him up.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard, man. It's not as simple, and there's a lot of contextualization that needs to be used when we're talking about these players. Onana went through it himself. Onana didn't understand had to go back to family members and say, "What is going on with me?"
Crazy, yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I think I'm losing my mind. It's like that's basically what he's done. I'm losing my mind. I can't keep the ball out the net. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And Man United does that to you. Man United will do that. So Ollie
Different
said
beast.
a lot of players they didn't want to do the interviews before the game, and I know a lot of people said, "Oh, look at them, terrible, scared." But I was looking at going, I think I'd be a bit like that to be honest as well, because we've seen what's like with the manager where he says one word in a press conference. That's news for weeks. About what he said. Sometimes they never forget it. They're still talking now about saying that Newcastle were annoying. That was over a year ago. Yeah. So when it comes to certain players, you can imagine them going, to be honest, like, I just don't want to say anything because I don't know sometimes what the right thing is to say. And sometimes I'll say something and I'd rather just do my talking on. We say sometimes that we do talking on the pitch. But at the same time, the club's going, you got to talk to the media. So they'll kind of be pulled in these different directions, and then they get accused of like, oh, you're cowards and this, that, and the other. I mean, to me, it's no coincidence, right? This sums up the pressure at United. It's no coincidence that some of our best form in recent years came when there was nobody in the stadium. 100%. And the scrutiny wasn't that much. You can switch off social media, right? It's a different beast when you go into the grounds and people are shouting at you, or when you walk into the ground, people are outside the stadium. That's the completely different.
As soon as the fans came back, that's it. Our away record been shit since then.
Rubbish again.
Man.
But that sums it up, doesn't it? Because that's when we were good, when nobody's watching. It's like, what's that phrase? If a tree falls in the woods but no one watching, did it even fall? If Man United play well in the Premier League, but nobody's there, does it even count? It's the same thing like Liverpool. Same thing with Liverpool. If nobody there was to see it, did they lift the trophy?
Well, it did fall down.
Well, the tree, KG. Is that your came first? What came first to you, the chicken or the egg?
I have to say the egg, mate.
Why? Because the chicken's got to lay it.
The egg, mate. I'm definitely saying the egg, mate. I think the first chicken was made like the Adam and Eve thing. Because they had to be
chickens
put there.
come out. They hatch chickens like they have.
Yeah, but I'm saying the first ones were exclusive.
Yeah, who laid the first egg?
No, I'm saying they didn't. They didn't get laid.
Who laid so someone
I'm
made
saying
the egg.
I'm changing it. Yeah, I'm changing it. I'm saying like because it's like the Adam and Eve thing. It's like God said. Like, apparently they just.
Why do they have to have their babies like that?
Huh?
What eggs?
Do I have them? Yeah, like through eggs. Why aren't they just chicken? They're not just born like little lions, little calves, just.
Like the Ace Ventura Owen.
Or like a
little kangaroo.
Like the rhino.
Yeah, like a rhino. Or why not like an aging gerbil or something like that? Why they?
Why did they decide? You know what? This is the best way for this. I make an egg.
Did you describe KG as a turtle? Is that what you described the as?
Yeah, like no, specifically just the head when it pokes out the shell.
Oh, is it is one of these sort of old tortoises that's been around for like 200 years? And you go, they've lived through wars, and he sort of goes,
If they got shit lives, why are they so slow? They can't go nowhere.
They've seen too much, bro.
But the thing is that when they was young,
you're talking about turtle trauma, KG. They've got turtle trauma. Okay.
Bro, think about how many owners, look how many owners they've lost, bro. That's a shit life.
No, but what I'm saying is, even when they're young and in their prime, they're still that slow. They're still as slow as that. They've never been able to go nowhere.
Bro, a turtle can meet a young member of the family and think, I'm going to outlive you. Like, he can meet someone.
Someone watching this, by the way, because I know there's a very creative UV community out there, should put together an aging gerbil, a flamenco, and a very old tortoise with its head poking out of the shell, and that is the Trinity.
That's the Trinity.
There you go, guys. Owen, what was this? Episode 7?
6.
Episode 6. That is episode 6 done and dusted. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As you can see from the QR code that's on the screen and the link that's in the video description below, you can get your HelloFresh boxes exclusively.
Oh, we didn't even get into that. I was in jail last week as well. We didn't even get into that.
Yeah, he was in jail, bro. He went to a jail.
Yeah, that was actually before we wrap up. Actually, Owen, really quickly, because that was crazy. You got to share that.
Yeah, I went to go see. I didn't go to jail last week. I'm on early release.
Yeah, clear that. Clear that.
Yeah, exactly. My ankles are free. I went to go see my family, and I stayed in a hotel, and it was a converted prison from an old prison, like the sort of. I think
it looked like jail.
Yeah, like 40s or 50s or something. And I told KG last week. I said I'm going to this hotel. It's a prison, and KG was very curious. So I sent him a link, and he just kept going. I can't believe it. This is insane. I can't believe it.
Bro, you know that main jail bit. You know, like that where you got the landing and bro,
This
this
is full on
of
jail. And some of them, what's the one where you
though.
sent me the picture when you said they've just left that as it was?
Yeah. So basically, again, it's an old-timey jail, like old, and they've converted it into a hotel, but basically left everything the same. And what they've done is your room is like 3 or 4 cells kind of thing, but the doors are still there. They're tiny doors. I mean, I'm like what 6'2", 6'3", something like that, and these doors are like 5'8". So for me to get in there, it's crazy. And they left one of the original cells, like right towards the end. They left the original cells. It is horrible in there. My goodness me, it was horrible. But it was an incredible stay. But I'm not a big believer in ghosts. I'm not. But I just thought to myself, if there's ever going to be an experience, it's going to be here. These walls have seen a lot, I'm assuming. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
You had normal night's sleep, woke up.
Normal night's sleep, no problem. You know, there was, well, the only thing that happened that was a bit out of the norm is it was in a very old place where there's like a castle next to it. And what I didn't realize is they have history walks through there quite often. So I probably should have closed my window in the morning, because obviously people would like looking in like I was in jail.
Just coming and looking at you, go, what? They still keep people in it?
Yeah.
Here's one. We didn't let go. We just kept it in there.
Well, and also they were tourists or whatever. So they're tourists. They're looking around. They go, that castle's nice. That castle's nice. There's someone still in there or whatever.
Yeah, it's so funny about that situation, because they could be like, see the prison system in there. It's a hotel. Literally,
I know, exactly. I know. I was watching Sky. I was like,
look at our tax money. Look at our tax money is in.
I'm just watching Sky.
I don't know.
Listen, guys, episode 6 is all done and dusted. Take care, guys. We'll see you on the next episode of the Trinity podcast. And like I said, the link is in the video description below for your HelloFresh exclusive United View offer as well. Check it out. We'll see you soon. Peace.